what is the secret behind drawing pie graphs? Why do we draw a pie graph? Why draw a pie graph versus any other sort of graph? There's one sort of rule behind the use of a pie graph, and that is we have 100% of the data, Harry. So 100% of the data is actually in our hands to be able to deal with. If we don't have 100%, if we're representing a portion, we don't ever use a pie graph without saying this represents a portion, 100% of a portion. So one circle actually accounts for 100% of what we want to know. All right? So what is, if we have a circle, my best circle here, all right, as a center, okay, we want to block it out. Now, if we are using fractions, we all know to draw a line straight down for a half or straight across for a quarter, but that was when we were way back in year 6 and 7 maybe. Now we are at year 11, we need to be able to actually calculate what the angle is, which is why I've bought my protractor to use, right? Because that's what you have to use. So if I say I'm going to collect some data and I go with that'll do for now. So I'm looking at these 4 particular areas and I'm just going to make up a number of occurrences of something. All right. I've collected this data. It's 100% of my data. It doesn't add up to 100, so I can't use fractions and things. What does it add up to? Who's got the calculator handy? Ready to go. Adding it up. 189? Yeah. Good. Okay, so I've got 189. 189 as my base number. I have to have, if I could, and I was really clever, I need to split this circle here up into 189 little slithers. That's too hard for me to do because I actually am only going to be colouring in 4 parts to this. So what I need to know is how much of a circle each part is. So how much is there right around a circle? 360. So I need to know how much this is out of 360 if it's 53 out of 189. So what's the maths behind that? The maths behind that is I divide by the total and multiply by 360. All right? So 53 divided by 189 multiplied by 360 is?
101.
101 degrees. That'll do. That'll be close enough. Now I need to do that for every single one of these. So 32 divided by 189 multiplied by 360. AJ?
360.
No. 32 divided by 189 multiplied by 360. 61. Right. 48. Dakota. Divided by 189 multiplied by 360. 91. Oh, lots of ones. And 56. You haven't got a calculator there? Harry, 56. 106. Right, let's add it up, see if we get close to 360, which is what we want. So we've got 106, 197, 198, 258, 358, 359. Why isn't it 360?
Because we rounded up.
Because we didn't round everything to one decimal place. Probably we would have got closer. Doesn't really matter. Not sure. I'm going to see 1 degree. All right. 360 degrees around a circle is pretty bad. When we draw pie graphs, we like to start at the top. So we're going to put usually the biggest portion at the top. So we start in the middle, it's about there, and we go 106 degrees. So we need to have 106 degrees around about there. All right, so that's my first part. And a fingernail. Right, so which was 106? Porirua. All right. My next was 101, so I now need to start here and go 101 around, somewhere like that. And that is Aotea. Next is Tawa. So we start here, we go 91. My circle wasn't terrific, but it's close enough. And I write Tawa, yes, with the noise effects, and Newlands.
Well, yeah.
All right. So the process of drawing a pie graph means we need to have a total. Okay. From that total, we're going to divide and find the fraction of the total, and then multiply that by 360 to find the degrees. So we need to find the total. So all the data added up. We need to find each fraction, but we actually found them as decimals by dividing by the total. And then we have to multiply by 360 degrees to give us the angle. Then we start at the top. And measure around clockwise in size order. That's the standard rules for doing a pie graph.